Really? 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 Nobody cares that much. Today we're doing my ins and outs of 2024. I've been seeing this like trending on TikTok a little bit and I'm like, girl, let me do one because I be having a lot to say. So I have some red beans and rice. Let's get this prepped first of all. One thing about it, I'm gonna put hot sauce on everything. I'm gonna add hot sauce to everything. Look at that. I love red beans and rice so much. Look at that. Oh my God! Girl, we also have a cranberry fizz poppy. I feel like we should do like ASMR. Girls, please. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, one more bite of food and then we're gonna start. I feel like I should do all ins and then all outs. I was gonna go back and forth, but I feel like they don't really correlate like that, so we just gonna do all ins and all outs. So the first in of 2024, YouTube. We're getting back on YouTube in 2024. YouTube is like my roots. There's some people who follow me on TikTok now who started like this journey with me when I started on YouTube in 2020 during quarantine. TikTok kind of took priority because that is what kind of like made this a full-time gig. But I miss YouTube. And then also on top of that, I miss the golden age of YouTube. I was watching some TikToks the other day. You know that soundbite from Beyonce where she's like, people don't make albums anymore. People don't make albums anymore.
People don't make albums anymore.
This girl used that sound and she was like, people don't watch YouTube videos anymore. And I'm like, because yes, people still watch YouTube videos. Yes, there are some people who still post on YouTube. There are some people who are doing well on YouTube right now, no doubt about it. But there was a day where YouTube was everything. Like, it's not as much as it used to be. I used to get, there was a time, let me just tell y'all, when I was in college, there was like a period of time, I think from like sophomore to senior year, every Friday night I would order a pizza, turn on YouTube and watch all my subscriptions, everybody who had posted for the week. And there was always so much content. Like a lot of the YouTubers that I love, that I grew up with since I was like 12 years old, don't even post anymore. Jenna Marbles decided to stop posting. I used to be obsessed with like Trey Melvin, Kingsley. Like I think Trey Melvin still posts. I don't think Kingsley posts anymore. I even used to watch like, I don't even know if y'all knew these people like Travi Based, Jay Fluent, Luan Legacy. Like, do y'all remember Luan Legacy? Like there was just an era and then after them came like De'Ara and Ken, which they're not together anymore. Rightly so though, they did what was best for them. Still love De'Ara, always team De'Ara. Chris and Queen, also not together, rightly so. The vlog squad is like not as prevalent as it used to be. Rightly so though, because some problematic stuff was going on. But anyway, there are just so many things. Like Zayn and Heath used to post together a lot. They do like a podcast now, but it's just different. Like the Dolan twins don't post anymore. I get it though. They had to grow up. They had to grow up on YouTube and like that had to be tough. Everybody who's not posting anymore, I get it. It makes sense. But there was never a shift of like new creators that you just get like attached to, because I feel like those creators, what we got from them is very different than what we get now from TikTok. I love TikTok. I'm not gonna hold you, like that's how I make my living. But I feel like I miss that genuine energy that I used to get from the people I was previously subscribed to in the videos they used to post. Like it literally just used to be personality. YouTube used to be personality. I was subscribed to so many people because I just wanted to see their personality on screen and they were giving that all the time. And I just feel like I'm not getting it anymore. But I also feel like I'm not doing it either. Like I'm not posting that kind of content on YouTube consistently. If you go and like binge my videos, which if you wanna do that, like you should go do that. But I used to be so consistent with that. And I'm like, I don't know, so I feel like something was missing. I'm like, I wanna give that. I love that era of YouTube, those eras of YouTube, and I like miss it and I wanna get, so it's like, girl, like be the change. Like I'm talking about this and I'm like, okay, so be the change. So in 2024, we're gonna be the change and we get back on YouTube. Ooh, my second in of 2024, books/reading more. Here's my thing. I've always been a reader my whole life. My mom, I think I've talked about this before. Reading is a really big part of me and my sister's life because the way my mom like brought us up. We were going to the library weekly. In the summer, we would go even more. Me and my sister would get like 3-4 books. We would read them all. Like we love reading and I still do, but I don't do it nearly as much as I used to. Like I feel like I used to read just as much as I watched TV. Like it was equal. And now it's become kind of imbalanced. And there's nothing wrong with watching TV. Y'all already know me. I can't stand like a TV hater. Like people are like, I don't watch any TV. Like, okay, congratulations. Like we're all gonna clap for you. Like really? Nobody cares that much. Reading is like such an experience. I don't know, I feel like I'm being dramatic about reading right now, but it's such an experience. The characterization is different on paper, so you just get attached to them in a certain way to where by the end of the book, I almost don't want to finish because I'm like, I don't want to let these characters go. Which is why I love a series, because I like to be with those characters for a long time. I love how I feel when I read more. So let's read more in 2024. Mwah, no bars. The next in of 2024, smelling great. Here's my thing. I've never smelled bad. I feel like I've actually always smelled fresh, or like what my hair product smells like, which is like coconutty. But it's another lane when you're intentional about smelling really good versus just like smelling neutral, versus just like smelling what your detergent or hair product or lotion smells like. Girl, hold on. This is my favorite perfume right now. This is not sponsored, this is not an ad. I just really wanna put y'all on because when I wear this perfume, I'm the moment. Everybody's obsessed with me. Everybody's looking at me. Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolf. Please, it got to the point where my mom is like, Shari, what is the name of that perfume? I need that perfume immediately. When I go out and I wear this, everybody's like, when they're like, who smells good? I'm like, I can confidently be like, it's me. And what's funny is this was my goal in 2023. Like, I want to be that person. There's no better compliment. For me, one of my favorite compliments to get is, you smell so good. Don't you love to be a person that smells good? I love when, if I'm in a group of people and I'm talking about somebody who's not around and they say, so-and-so smells so good. I'm always like, oh my gosh, so-and-so has no idea we're talking about how good they smell. I want to be that person. When I'm not around, I want people to say, you know, Shari always smells so good. Oh! And I feel like I accomplished that in 2023, and that's why it's back in for 2024, because the top of the year, I said, I want to smell so good this year. And I do it, and I throw this little number on, and everybody's like, ooh, turning their heads, falling in love with me. Oh, smell good in 2024, I'm telling you. It's gonna get cold. Why am I like eating doing this? I'm telling you, this is my favorite meal. Delicious. What if I was recording and none of this had audio? Now I'm nervous. I need to check. I did have audio. Everything is fine. There is no issue. Okay, number 4 in for 2024, hobbies/side quests. We need hobbies again. People need hobbies. When I ask people what they do, I want to hear a hobby. If I want to say, what do you like to do for fun? Foraging for basket weave, girl, I don't know, but I love to hear about a hobby. 2023, and okay, oh, I can't stand when my brain gets jumbled like that. There's like a million words all trying to come out at the same time. Comment that I get a lot on my TikTok is like, you do so many hobbies/side quests. That's because in 2023, I was like very intentional about like, if I thought about something that I wanted to do, going and doing it. And I feel like I'm still not even where I want to be with that, because a lot of times I like rot in the bed. Like, y'all think I do so much, like I rot a lot, which that's rotting, that topic is gonna come back up. But like, hello? In one vein, I can 100% see why it's hard to have a hobby, because who has time? Time is money. A lot of people don't have time. People are working a lot, and then when they have time, they're tired and want to take a nap. Valid. I am so pro nap. In for 2024, naps. Take a nap. You're probably tired. If you have time, take a nap. But I love a little hobby and a little side quest. Like in 2023, even though I don't do this anymore, I like started back tumbling because I took gymnastics as a kid. It was so much fun. I don't do it anymore because it was too far away. I'm like, girl, I can't keep driving 15 minutes in rush hour traffic Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. It was too much. But I started back dancing again. I'll put it this way. If you have time, get back to the things that you really love. Start thinking about things that you like to do. See where you can incorporate those in your life and watch your mood change. Another in for 2024, therapy. And therapy was always in. Therapy was never out, but I really want to emphasize this since me starting therapy. I feel like I want to be therapy spokesperson every single day at all times. I love therapy. It has really changed my perspective. And let me just say something after I take this bite though. I feel like everybody needs therapy the same way that everybody needs to go to the doctor. There's just a moment where you're like, I really need to dial in. I need to talk to somebody who can offer me a different perspective, or just a professional that can maybe understand my feelings in a way that I'm not understanding them right now. That's an awesome option to have. I say this knowing that therapy is not as accessible as it should be. Like it should be far more accessible, especially in communities of color. But for something that I feel is so necessary, it's kind of disappointing how inaccessible it is. If you have the option, please like take that option. Next thing in for 2024, podcasts. And I think I'm gonna actually leave it at that. I'm not gonna say too much, but podcasts are in for 2024. That's all I'm saying. Next thing in for 2024, solo travel. I do a lot of stuff by myself. And I'll do like staycations by myself, but I've never like gone out of the country by myself. And partly I'm scared because like, I feel like I'm gonna get kidnapped. They are gonna get me, girl. Like, never to be seen or heard from again. I don't know why, I'm like, it's scary. But at the same time, there are people who travel alone all the time. People travel alone all the time out of the country. People do full stints in Europe by themselves. Am I saying I'm on that level? I don't know. But I would love to go to like a tropical country by myself. I went to Jamaica with my mom, a blast. But I feel like I want to do something like that by myself and see the vibes. Also because I need to meet people. And my therapist has really been harping on that for me. I need to meet people. It's a really interesting balance being in a position where I'm talking to a lot of people all the time, because if I post a video online, a million people could see it. Whoever knows, whatever the algorithm doing that day, that amount of people could see it. But I'm not interacting with that many people on a daily. I'm very close to my mom. I'm close to my sister. And me and Alexis have become friends, but she lives in a different state. I don't really have friends. Even when I had more friends, it was still like a small circle. Girl, where were we? I forgot what I was even talking about. Oh yeah, so it's like, I feel like solo travel. I feel like if I travel to a place solo, it will force me to like step outside of my box. And meet people and talk to people. Bermuda is calling my name. I don't know why. I'm very big on vibes, and Bermuda is just giving me a vibe. Next in for 2024, going to bed. Y'all need to go to bed, okay? Everybody go to bed. Nobody is going to bed, including me. Go to sleep. Everybody's walking around sleepy or waking up late. Get you some rest. I would love to be able to wake up at a cool 9 a.m. a cool 8:30 a.m. possibly and have my day, but I can't do it because I'm not going to bed. So in 2024, we're going to bed. Put the phone away, put the phone down, and go to bed. Go to sleep. Give me your, just kidding. The next thing in for 2024, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. People talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. That Real Housewives of Atlanta used to be #1. Real Housewives of Potomac kind of knocked Atlanta off and became like the leading one. That's what everybody was talking about. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, criminally underrated, not talked about enough. Hidden gem. I don't see enough people talking about that show. It is so good. And if you're one of those people that's like, I don't watch reality TV, this is not for you. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. Anyway, that show is so freaking good. Sometimes you just get a good cast of a show that works. Not even just a good cast. You get the right cast, the right location, the right timing, and it just works and it makes beautiful TV. I feel like that's what happened with The Office. There are so many shows where it's like, this was just the right group and they go and make good TV. Here's the gag of this show. They don't read each other, which you might think is boring because that's what's fun about Real Housewives. Like the reads, like Nene Leakes will go down in history. Phaedra Parks will go down in history. Like I still say their reads today. Like you knew that a man needed $10 to get him a pizza and da-da-da-da. Like when she read, like I still say a white refrigerator. Ooh, like they don't read each other. What makes the show wild is the craziest stuff happens on that show. You're like, what is this friend group? Who are these people? Why is there so much drama? This is wild. I'm gonna say this though, if you haven't started watching it yet, don't search anything about it because a huge spoiler is gonna come up, a huge spoiler. Don't search a single thing. Go in blind because I messed myself up. I wanted to see the Instagram of like one of the cast members. So I typed in her name and then all these spoilers came up and I was like, no. It didn't ruin it though for me. Even still then it didn't ruin it for me because that show is crazy. That show is crazy, oh my gosh. And I feel like nobody's talking about it enough. And because it's in Utah, a lot of them are like former Mormons. Some of them have been excommunicated from the Mormon church. That gives it a whole other level of interesting. I'm telling you, I don't know how long I've been talking about this for, but watch Salt Lake City. I don't care about no other Real Housewives show, but Salt Lake City is gonna have my eyes on that screen. Season finale for season 4. Wild. Another in for 2024. I feel like this video is gonna be so long, y'all. Stick with me. Stick with me, girl. Eating breakfast before 12 p.m. preferably. This is what I really hate. I eat breakfast at 2 p.m. and then by the time I'm finished cooking breakfast, it's like 3 p.m. and by the time I'm finished eating breakfast, it's 3:30 p.m. Girl, 3:30 p.m. is basically 10 p.m. at night. Your day is gone and it's finished. Also, you need like food for your brain to like Work properly. And that's another problem. I will sometimes wake up and just start working. I'll wake up and be like, oh, I need to edit this. Oh, I need to make sure I send this. Oh, make sure you don't forget this. Oh, I got this deadline. Girl, make sure you write up this concept. And doing that instead of eating breakfast first, I'm over that. I need to eat before 12, eat breakfast before 12 p.m. And y'all need to do it too. I know y'all be doing this no breakfast thing, especially in high school. I remember it. You don't eat breakfast and then you go to school and you get hot Cheetos from the vending machine. Make you a bagel, a cinnamon raisin bagel, slap some peanut butter on it for some protein, and have a solid day. This is the last thing I think I have that's in for 2024. Doing things alone. I can't wait to get into the things that are out for 2024. Oh my gosh, I'm about to be talking for so long. This is gonna be such a long video to edit. I can feel it in my skin. I think I'm saying this is in for 2024 for y'all actually, because I'm actually in my I need to allow myself to make connections with people era for 2024. So you know what, that's what I say. In for 2024 for me is making connections with more people. In for 2024 for y'all is doing things alone. And the reason why I'm saying y'all, obviously if it don't apply, let it fly. I get so many comments on TikTok, some on here, but so many comments on TikTok saying, oh my gosh, like how do you do stuff by yourself? Like I wanna go, but I don't have anybody to go with. I wanna do this, but I don't have any friends to go with. Girl, then it's a solo date. What do we mean we don't have anybody to go with? You have you to go with. Go! When I was in college, I used to love to go to the dining hall alone. I would go often with friends. But when it was time for me to go by myself, girl, there was nothing that sounded better than like, I'm about to get my meal. Don't let it be fried chicken Thursday. I'm about to get my meal. Set up my YouTube video to watch or have my book to read. Peaceful, girl. But y'all have to start developing it. Don't let life pass you by because you're waiting for somebody to do things with you. Go do them now. You can have fun now. Don't wait to have fun waiting on somebody. We don't know when they're gonna come. Coffee, you're okay, you're okay. He was having a nightmare, girl. You gotta wake him up when he has a nightmare. You're gonna miss out on so much life waiting for people. Sit in a coffee shop with a book. That way you can be occupied so you don't feel awkward like you're just looking around. Try to have something that can keep you busy. Go to a park. Go to the movies. Perfect. You just sit by yourself and watch the movie. Coffee? Okay. Hey, you gotta wake up a little bit. Child, he know he'll have a nightmare. A daymare. Not even funny. Okay, we're getting into the outs. Look at me with my iPad, like who is she? The number one out, and this is a really big deal for me for 2024. Rotting, being stuck, scrolling for hours. Done! I'm done. I can't rot any longer. The thing about rotting, once you start rotting, you can't stop. It's addictive. Rotting is a hell of a drug. I'm telling you. And I was on TikTok and this girl was like, I think I rotted too close to the sun. I'm like, I'm Icarus. I rotted too close to the sun. I would wake up at like, let's say 10, get on TikTok, scroll until 1 p.m. No, something's gotta give. I told you, then I get up at 1. Then I start doing work. Then I make breakfast at 2. Then I'm done cooking by 3. I finish eating by 3:30. It's pushing my whole day back because I'm rotting in bed, scrolling on the phone. I love to scroll on TikTok, don't get me wrong. I'm having a great time. I love seeing other people's content. However, the scrolling for hours, I think for me has got to stop. Will I scroll? Yes. For hours? No. This leads into my next thing. No TikTok after 10 p.m. and no TikTok before I get out of bed. I will like be done for the night and I'm like, ooh, I wanna get in bed. I wanna watch a movie. I wanna read this book. And it's like 10 o'clock and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shower. And then I pull out my phone and I'm scrolling and it's scrolling and scrolling. And then by the time I'm done scrolling, it's 2 a.m. It feels like time travel. The day I'm filming this is Wednesday, January 10th. And I'm proud to say I have not rotted. I have not been stuck. I have not scrolled for hours. And I don't do it in the morning and I don't do it after 10 p.m. It's been working swimmingly for me. The next out for 2024, and this is a big deal. Keeping certain relationships at your expense. This goes for friendships, romantic relationships, familial relationships. If there's a relationship you have in your life right now that like takes more out of you than it pours in, it's not sustainable and you're gonna be left feeling drained and like at a deficit. I'm not saying that relationships are transactional, it's only about what you can get. But I feel like if you have a relationship that's like more than half of it, you're like feeling awful and you're like worse off. I think that's what it is. If you are worse off because of this, you have to let it go. I don't care if that's been your friend since you were 2. I don't care if this is your auntie. I don't care if this is your boyfriend that you've been dating for 10 years. If you are worse off because of it, Let it go. Especially if like you've tried, this person doesn't want to change. You've tried to fix things. You've done all this work, blah, 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 and nothing's changing and you are still worse off. Please tell me what we're holding on to. Time? Time? At a certain point, time can't mean everything. Time can be taken into consideration if this is a person who like both of you guys are willing to like work towards something different and you're like, you know what? We've been together for 10 years. They want to work this out. I want to work this out. They're willing to change. I'm willing to change. Cool. Let's keep this going because we have been together for a minute and this is salvageable. If it's not salvageable, or how long are we gonna suffer? Truly, truly. I'm sorry, I just feel like I see that a lot. You might have to let that person go with love. The next out for 2024, dating apps. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it, I'm done with it. I hate dating apps so much. I've never been more disappointed. I've never been more disappointed. And that's why I had to delete it because I'm like, this will make me give up on dating as a whole because I'm losing faith. It started to make me lose faith in men as a whole. I'm telling you, I would literally get on the app and I'm scrolling and I'm like, why are y'all the way that y'all are? I don't understand it. What really would get me, the reading comprehension. The reading comprehension is not there. On Hinge, like you can use prompts, like where like you have like a little prompt and you answer it so people can like get to know more about you. It's not just like you writing a bio like Tinder, like there are prompts. They don't understand the prompts. A big one that they would use is the prompt that says, a random fact that I love is, then you put in a random fact. It's like, we know what a random fact is, like a random fact. A random fact is something like, I'm about to make up stuff that's not actually real, but stay with me. A random fact is something like, penguins stand on their heads for 5 hours when they're like doing a mating call, or giraffes can actually fly at night. A random fact is just a fact out of the blue that people don't know or people don't usually talk about. Or they would put stuff like, a random fact that I love is I really love football on Sundays. Read the prompt. Oh my gosh. And that's like an ick for me because it's like, read it, read what it's saying. Like that's not what it says. Another thing that would really get me, and this is a bigger thing, in my little bio, one of the prompts I chose was, you should not date me if. I wrote everything. I said, you should not date me if you are misogynistic, fatphobic, homophobic, transphobic, like any form of bigotry you could think of, I threw it in there as like a catch-all. Like pretty much you get the gist. Like if you're bigoted in any way, we won't get along. It's still men sending me likes who have those same things in their profile, who have fatphobic things, misogynistic things, homophobic things in their profile. You're not reading. Why don't y'all read? I literally said so clearly, you shouldn't date me if you have those things. And then you have those things and you still send me a like. It's unattractive to me. It makes me feel like you just sent the like based off of like looks. And that's the most unattractive thing to me because it's like, where are your ethics? Where are your standards? You would send a like just because somebody was cute. Next out for 2024, being on my phone while watching TV. You'll be watching a show and the next thing you know, you kind of like take out your phone and you're like scrolling on Instagram and you're like looking at whatever and blah, blah, blah. And I'm guilty because I do this. And then I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why do I need so much stimulation at once? What happened to the original plot of the movie? When did I start picking up the phone and watching TV? First of all, how can I be doing both at the same time? Why am I making my brain have to engage with two things at the same time? Overstimulation. I think it's enough technology to have one thing at one time. Doing both, I just think it's too much for me personally. Why do I need to be on TikTok and watch a movie? Like I need to just be able to watch the movie. What's wrong with my attention span where I can't just watch the movie? I'm just like on my phone for entertainment's sake while the TV's on to watch. The TV's on for entertainment's sake. So why do we have the phone and the TV? Why do we need two entertainments at once? Like, I'm just not doing it anymore. That's out for me. Another out for 2024, regret. No more regret. I regret everything all the time, every day. And it's exhausting. Down to like the most simple things of like what I ordered at a restaurant. I will order something and then it'll come to me and I'll immediately be like, I should have got the such and such. And then it's like, then I'm sitting there thinking about it. I never forget in college one time, I was at Panera with my friends and my friend was like, I was thinking about what I was gonna order. She was like, Shari, you need to think long and hard about what you're about to order because if you order the wrong thing, we're all gonna hear about it. And I looked at her and I laughed and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true because I will talk about it. And that's just on a small scale. Like, don't think that's like, these are like the biggest things of life to regret. But that's just one example. In life in general, I'm just like always regretting something. I'm always looking back and saying what I should have done, what I should have done. Well, you didn't, and you can't go back and undo it. So what are you gonna do now? You're not gonna be able to change it. I'm wasting air and brain space and time regretting things. And what is it doing for me? Nothing but making me anxious. So I have to stop. No more regret. Another out for 2024, the TikTok shop. I hate the TikTok shop. Now, I haven't actually like surfed on the actual TikTok shop. I mean the TikTok shop videos more so. Cause I know people find good stuff on there, but I can't stand TikTok shop videos. It makes me miss the days. In 2019 TikTok, golden. 2019 TikTok is just like the golden era of YouTube from like, the golden era of YouTube was like, for me personally, about 2016 to 2019, YouTube was golden. TikTok was golden in 2019. And I miss that. There weren't a lot of ads. And I don't even hate ads per se. I make ads. And I see good ads. I see good ads that look like normal content. I'm talking about TikTok shop specifically, because it doesn't feel like real content. It doesn't feel like real content. It's like, oh my gosh, I can only see the shadow work journal so many times. I trained my brain to recognize the orange TikTok shop logo on videos to where I automatically scroll. It's like I'm on autopilot now. And I did it so much to where now I barely get a TikTok shop video. I'm telling you, if you're tired of the TikTok shop, train yourself to look for the little logo and scroll immediately. Don't even watch it for a little bit. Don't even, because what would happen was sometimes I would see a product that I'm like, ooh, I actually want to see what this product does. But then I would get an influx of all these TikTok shop videos that I like don't care for at all and that are annoying and they're all selling the same thing. No, train your brain to see it and scroll immediately and watch your algorithm shift and show you less of them. I promise you. I never want to partner with them. I never. They reached out to try to add me to be like an affiliate for it. I can't do it. I don't care if it'll make me money. I hate it. Like that's how much I hate the TikTok shop. I literally cannot stand it. The next out for 2024, and I can't believe I almost forgot this, putting all your business in the street. Stop putting your business in the street. Bring back secrets. People need to keep stuff to themselves. And I'm specifically referring to, and y'all are gonna know what I'm talking about. There will be these women who post their raggedy boyfriend or their raggedy husband in something that they did. And then when people like express outrage, they will go and post another video and be like, you don't know him. You don't know our relationship. He's so loving, blah, blah, blah. Girl, you should have kept it to yourself then and let him treat you bad in peace. Because don't be shocked when people say all this stuff. And I'm gonna give an example of what I mean, because it's not just simple little stuff. They'll do like a story time and they think it's so funny and talk about like how they were giving birth and their husband asked them what they were gonna cook for dinner that night. And then they said, nothing, because I just gave birth and ripped all the way to my butthole and passed out a couple times. And then their husband had a tantrum and stormed off and disappeared for a day and then left her and the baby alone for a week and then came back and then cried again about how they think their wife should cook dinner every single night, even if she's having a traumatic birth. It'll be stuff like that. And that's kind of an exaggeration, but it's not. It'll literally be stuff like that. And the comments will be like, girl, I think you deserve better. Or maybe your husband shouldn't leave you and the baby alone for a week just because you said you shouldn't cook dinner. That's not right. And then they will double down and stand 10 toes down behind their raggedy husband or boyfriend like, blah, blah, blah. Girl, in the future, please do it in private. Stop putting your business in the streets. I'm so tired of hearing y'all's stories. Maybe it's on me. Maybe I need to just not engage with that content anymore, but it's just getting so old. Please keep your business to yourself in 2024. We don't want to hear about your raggedy husband that you're going to defend in the next breath. The last thing that's out for 2024 is not doing something because of what people will think. Let me tell you something. I'm going to leave you with this. People are going to think until the end of time. People will never stop thinking. So are you willing to commit your life to what these people think? Also, who are these people? What are their qualifications? Why do we even care in the first place? If you're thinking of doing something and the first thing you say is, oh, I'm not gonna do it because people, I wanna have like a buzzer. The minute I hear the word people, when you're talking about something that you don't wanna do, we're already on the wrong path. Who cares? Leave that in 2023. No more caring what these people think because they're never gonna stop thinking. So you're just gonna live for them forever? Do you wanna do that? Do you wanna live for them forever? Because that's what you're gonna do if you keep talking about people. And who is people? We're done. Done. That was good. Ooh. Also, they're probably not even thinking about you. If we're being real, they're not thinking about you. People are worried about their own self. Everybody's scared. But that is my ins and outs of 2024. I do plan on being consistent with YouTube. I've said this a million times before, so I feel like my word means nothing, but something about it feels different this time. And I just noticed I was getting a lot of comments, like even with me not posting, the comments that were overwhelmingly saying the same thing. Everybody's like, please post more on YouTube or post longer videos on YouTube. Like I could just sit and listen to you talk. Like we just want to hear you talk, but I could just sit, like, or you talking is comforting to me. And that really resonated with me. So I'm like, you know what? If that's what y'all want, like that's what I'm gonna give. And we're gonna do a bunch of different stuff. I'm still probably gonna do vlogs. I also want to do, and let me know how y'all feel about this. I don't know how many people watch Drag Race, but there's a new season of Drag Race right now. I watched the first episode last night. So good. I want to maybe like, with each episode, we like sit down and we mukbang and then like talk about how we feel about each episode and like each queen and like, I don't know, is that fun? I don't know. Also, how do we feel about posting days? Like, I know my post day is usually Friday, and I did that because I feel like that's how we wrap up the week. You know, you have your long week, you come home on a Friday, maybe you're chilling, maybe you're going out, I don't know. Let me know, but I'm happy to be back. And I love you guys, and thank you for supporting me. Is this a good heart? Ah! Wait. Yeah. Okay, bye.